Hi, Timothy Unkert here. In this video, I'm going to create a simple calculator in Python. So we'll ask the user to enter two numbers, and then it will ask the user for an operation, either addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, and then it will give the user the result. Okay, so let's start off. Let's print welcome. Let's do welcome to the simple calculator. Calculator. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll ask the user for an input. Okay, so let's ask the user for an input greater than 1. So we'll say num1 equals 0, num2 equals 0, and then we'll say while num1 is less than or equal to 0, we're going to ask the user for num1. So we'll say, we'll do a try here, and we'll say num1 equals, we'll make this an integer, and we'll input, or we want him to get an integer, and we'll say enter an integer greater than 0, okay? And then what we'll do is we will accept a value error. And that's if they don't enter an integer, okay? So we'll then print something like you entered a non-integer number. Or you didn't enter an integer. How about put it that way? You didn't do escape character here. You didn't enter an integer. Okay. All right, and let's make this a little bit more specific here. Oh, it says greater than 0. Okay, so we're good. All right, and then we'll do another while loop here for num2, but we're doing kind of the same thing, so maybe we should create a function. Let's do that. Let's put our functions up here. Let's call it def return integer. We'll take in a number, and we'll try. We'll say the num equals, and then we'll put this in. So let's just copy this. Num equals that. Paste that in. And we'll accept a value error. Okay. And we'll print, you didn't didn't enter an integer. Okay, so instead of doing this while, and we'll have to do a while loop, right? So we'll say while num is less than or equal to 0. Let's move this over. Okay, so now instead of running two while loops here, we'll just call the function. So we'll say num1 equals, we'll do a return integer, and we'll pass in what num1 is, and then we'll do that also for num2. Okay, and then we'll probably need a while loop to take in the operation. So we'll say while, and we'll start with a string. We should start with a string. We'll say operation equals, and we'll just do an empty string like that. And we'll say while operation does not equal, let's see, plus, and operation does not equal minus, and operation does not equal asterisk for multiplication, and operation does not equal a slash for division. Well, during all of that, what we'll do is we'll say operation equals input, and then we'll give the result. So we'll say, or no, not give the result just yet. We'll say enter the mathematical operation you want to perform. And we'll do plus, minus, multiplication, and slash for division. And leave a space here. And yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll do a conditional here. We'll say if operation double equals addition, rather. What we'll do is we'll print, let's do an F string. We'll say num1 plus, we'll pass in num2 equals, and then num1 plus num2. So we'll do the calculation right there. End it with a period. Okay. And let me just expand this for right now so you can see what I'm doing. Tired of going back and forth there. Then we'll say else if operation, not else if, elif operation equals the minus. Then we'll print, and actually let's duplicate this line. So let's copy this, and we'll just change it to subtraction. Okay, so do subtraction, and then we'll do elif operation double equals the asterisk there. Then we'll change this to multiplication. And then we'll do another elif. I think I'm going to stick with elif here. Elif operation double equals the backslash here. We'll do backslash. And we'll just put in a failsafe. We should never get to this else here because we should have made them have to enter this in, but we'll do an else. And we'll just print something like an error has occurred. Okay, and we'll save that. And now we'll go over here and let's run it. Let's do Python 3 and then the name of the file. And it says, welcome to the simple calculator. Enter an integer greater than 0. Let's do one less than 0. So it's going to say, hey, enter an integer greater than 0, like -5. No, it's going to make you do it. So let's do 10. Okay, enter an integer greater than 0. Let's do 3. Enter the mathematical operation you want to perform. Let's do a question mark. It's not going to let me do that. Let's do adding. Still not going to let me do that. Okay, so now if I do plus, we get an error, okay, and unsupported operand type plus for none type. Okay, so what did I do? I forgot to return the num up here. So I'm going to go here and return the num. That's why I get none type, because the function's returning nothing. Okay, so let's clear this out and we'll try again. Okay, so enter an integer greater than 0. Let's do 10. Enter an integer greater than 0. Let's do 3. Let's do a mathematical operation of plus. Okay, so that works. Okay, let's try 10. We'll do 3. We'll do minus. That also works. Okay, 10, 3. Let's do multiplication. That works. 10, 3. Let's do division. That also works. Okay, notice there's a couple things we can improve with this program. So it says enter an integer greater than 0. That's like the first number. So maybe we want a count. So what we could do, let's see, before I call this function, or I could have like an index here. Let's do an index, and we'll say for integer number, and we'll pass in the index here. And then do 1 here and 2 here. Okay, let's try this program again. Let's clear all this stuff out. Okay. Okay. Messed up. So I did a keyboard interrupt there. So yeah, I forgot to make this an F string. Okay, now let's try it. Let's clear this out again. Okay, run it for integer number 1. Okay, so let's do 12 and enter an integer greater than 0 for integer number 2. Let's do -4. So it's sticking with integer number 2. Let's do type in 3. You didn't enter an integer, okay? So now let's type in 3. Okay, now let's do division. 12 divided by 3 equals 4.0. All right, so we got our simple calculator working. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to help you learn some things about Python. If you did enjoy it or you found it helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.